A busy day is winding down, and the next chapter of my work is waiting for me. It's bedtime, and I'm the Lone Ranger because Dad is in Texas for work. I try to tune out the high-pitched whine of a Doberman at my feet. My oldest son, who has also fallen victim to cabin fever, can be heard downstairs, simultaneously beating on a drum and mixing the lyrics from a Pixar movie with his own personal tale of woe. This time it's about how his little brother is touching his Legos. And the little one, dressed in his pajamas and nighttime diaper, lets loose a wild screech that sounds nothing like, "Mom, I'm ready for bed." I move the stack of adoption papers on my desk to check my calendar. The last home visit isn't for a couple of days. Why start cleaning now? Just a few minutes and I'll wrestle the boys to bed. My fingers dance across the keys. I try to ignore the futility of the expression of being a mother while actually, well, being a mother. I can't put off the will to write, however, it is a luxury to find a time for that sweet spot of clarity and enthusiasm in between busy and sleeping. Waiting for the words to come until after the kids are in bed means I inevitably have 10 million other things to do. Lastly, turn on the TV and become a vegetable. The boys can wait 5 more minutes. Wait. In my hesitation, listening to these sounds, I am reminded of the waiting, all of the waiting I do. Waiting for bedtime, doctor's appointments, Daddy to get home, test results, papers to come back from school, a phone call, an email, a second chance. I wait for my patients to return, food to cook, traffic lights, the washer, the dryer, the checkout line, the upload, the download, the water to get warm. I feel like I'm on the precipice of accomplishment at any given moment. But before that can sink in, one more responsibility fills the place of the one that just cleared, somewhat like a game of Tetris, where the harder I work and the more I get done, the faster the pieces fall, and the less time I have to think about where to put them. It wasn't really like that with my first son. When he was born, I had all the time in the world to lavish him with attention, focus on his sleep schedule, nap together, play together, even keep my house clean. I am a stay-at-home mom. I quit my job as a 4th grade teacher to devote my life to taking care of my kids. At the time, I didn't know what that meant. I had a picture in my head of baking cookies, mommy and me classes at the library, and museum memberships. While I've done those things with my oldest, the bulk of my work in raising Emerson has been much different than I expected. My firstborn is brilliant. He makes me laugh every day. He's sensitive and faithful. He's extroverted and so creative. Emerson can work a room, lead a group, and he's often sweet and affectionate with his mama. But there are other pieces to the puzzle that make up Emerson. Pieces that I've worked so hard to find out where they go. This figurative puzzle has many parts that are scattered in every direction, and I often fumble with them to make sense of the behaviors, meltdowns, and disruptions that occur in my son's life and our lives. The puzzle piece, you probably already know, is a symbol for autism, a spectrum as wide as the East is from the West. Unfortunately, my firstborn had to wait on me. I didn't ask enough questions. I didn't use what I already knew. I ignored signs, delayed milestones, and what other loved ones so gently tried to tell me. I overmothered and underreacted. I tried to keep our routines rigid and missed out on opportunities to see Emerson for the blossoming, wonderful, unique child that he is. In my denial, I hoped to become a better parent, searching my shortcomings, reading books on neurotypical development, and lying awake at night wondering why I could never orchestrate that one really good day as a mom. One without the tears of frustration from my young son, trying in the only way he knew how to communicate for me. In my attempts to be better for him, I became worse. I spent quite a bit of time in denial about Emerson's condition, and for that, I have regrets. But allowing myself forgiveness and grace was the first step in moving forward. I can't exactly be retroactive, so now I am proactive. I have had to push against my nature to become aggressive instead of passive, to find answers, to listen, to research, to humble myself, to trust my instincts, and above all, keep a sense of humor. Raising Emerson up until the age of 3 was a bit like trying to convince myself I knew what I was doing. Parenting must be as easy as learning to ride a bike, right? Until one day, I realized it was more like riding a unicycle. And that's why I'd been confused as heck about finding my balance and grasping in futility for something to hold on to and steer this thing. I'm an educated woman, an educator myself, an aunt, a teacher, a sister. I have been around kids all of my life. Why did my own child perplex me so much? The answer is because Emerson has given me the greatest gift I never asked for. If you are a parent, you know the love that you have for your child seems endless. As the mother of a child with special needs, take heart. You get to experience that love in 3D. You get to go to the edge of where you think you couldn't possibly have anything left to give, where you are pushed to that unconditional level of devotion and find yourself loving your kid with only the bits and pieces of energy you have left. And even in your exhaustion, confusion, or disappointment, those are the moments when you get to watch your love ignite into a ferociously burning passion for who they are and how far they've come. You will find yourself in tears of unspeakable joy to witness your child do something so ordinary or overlooked by the rest of the world. But when you see them in that moment, you will be bursting with pride. You will become aware, and that in itself is a gift. Mostly, you will be more gentle and respectful of individuals and how beautiful they all are, especially after the hard road each one of them has had to walk. As a mother to an extraordinary son, I am challenged. I am often lonely. I get frustrated with the best of them, but I see what I am doing matters because of the gift of perspective I've been given through my son. The truth is, I may never find the exact right place to put all the pieces. My questions will probably always outnumber my supply of answers. We will have moments of doubt and failures to overcome. He and I will love each other and learn to wait patiently for the other to understand how to take the next step. Emerson will continue to show me that his kindness will make a difference in this world. His magnificent sense of humor, his empathy, his unbridled creativity will each leave their mark. I know those things will make Emerson great because they already have. As for me, well, my accomplishments as a mother won't be measured by what is considered normal or by how I handled any special need of my sons, but by how I love him for all of who he is and each moment that I wait to see who he will become.